Let's talk about 3 common mistakes to avoid in your next kitchen remodel. Number 1 on the list is backsplash. Now, after building kitchen cabinets for about 15 years, I've ran into, some remodeling situations where I was coming to help the customer out and noticed this. So what you see here is the backsplash that the countertop people put in, and then the homeowners decided to put another backsplash on top of that. We're going to call this the double don't backsplash. Now, it is very common for granite and all stone manufacturers of countertops to ask, or just almost include a little backsplash that will attach to the wall and the granite. Generally, these are 3 to 5 inches tall, and they're pretty much leftover pieces. So when you buy that nice big piece of earth, you could say, hey, how do you want to divide this up? We have a few inches left. We can make a backsplash. Now, that's great and everything, but customers, usually don't think ahead like, well, I wanted a tile as well. So that's where you'll get this double backsplash issue. And to me, it just looks like an eyesore or someone didn't plan out the kitchen. If you think it looks cool, well then, hey, go for it. You double backsplash. But I personally would highly recommend to either do the granite or stone backsplash or do the tile backsplash. That'll go all the way from, the wall or underneath the cabinet all the way down to the granite or stone, nice and clean. That way it keeps everything one dimension, one nice flat wall in the back, and one nice little joint area to have to worry about for spills and cleaning. Whereas opposed to the double, it's gonna have where the backsplash meets the granite backsplash, and then where that backsplash meets the granite countertop. Just seems like a lot of joints that are unnecessary. So overall, the idea is just to keep that area nice and clean, looking and easy to clean. So either backsplash of tile all the way down to the granite or the granite countertop backsplash only, and then paint the wall behind that. Upper cabinets. Okay, let's talk about the upper cabinets. Now, upper cabinets range. You can have sizes of height anywhere from 30 inch all the way to 42 inch. Now, depending on how tall your ceiling height is, you have sky's the limit for what you want to add for upper cabinets. So a typical kitchen is going to have 8-foot ceilings, and a lot of cabinets do come in 30 inch and 36 inch, and that leaves a little spot of no cabinets and just pretty much empty space. And sure, back in the day was the time of decorating the tops of your upper cabinets with faux shrubbery and maybe little knickknacks. But seriously, that time has passed. Instead, why not spring for the extra few inches? A 42-inch upper cabinet is well worth the added expense. You'll increase storage space by 25%, and if it's too high to reach, either use a stepladder or check out our Rev-a-shelf product line. They have incredible solutions that allow people of various heights and ages to access these cabinets safely and utilize every square inch of your kitchen. And final on the list is open shelving. Now, first of all, don't get me wrong on this. Open shelving is great. Looks awesome, very pleasing to the eye, just gives that kitchen a little oomph. But if your kitchen is of a smaller size, you really want to steer clear of open shelving. Now, there is the occasional, hey, you order food every day, you DoorDash, you Grubhub everything to you, you never even use your kitchen other than to sit and have coffee. Then by all means, grab those, open shelving, put some little knickknacks up there, put some beautiful dinnerware that you'll never use, and you got yourself a front page magazine kitchen. But if you're like the 98% of us that use their kitchen, and it's not that big of a kitchen in the first place, adding open shelving is gonna be a disaster. You're gonna have to make sure which plates you put on display, which drinking glasses you put on display, and if you have kids, you could show off their favorite plasticware, I guess. But in reality, open shelving will just cause you nightmares on what to put on there. Oh man, I wish I would have got closed cabinets because then I could just throw stuff in there, load it up. But now instead I have to minimalize all of my drinking ware. So yeah, I would highly stay away from open shelving unless, once again, your kitchen is humongous. You have plenty of room to store all your stuff, and you do want a nice little glamorous little spot that'll look cool with some kind of earthy tree trunk looking floating shelves, then go for that. And yes, you will not be upset about it because you have plenty of room to store your actual usable dishes. Now be sure to follow us here at woodworkerexpress.com and make sure you click subscribe, hit that bell to get notified when we have another video. And until then, goodbye.